The name of the game is Queen Bee's Color and Shape Party.
Okay, so this is the one that I saw the picture of.
Right.
So very fun. It says ages 4+. Mm-hmm. It's very colorful.
It's a board game that is similar to Candyland, and it's by Key Education Publications. I believe Key Education Publishing.
Okay.
And so they do a bunch of games like Listening Lotto is the one that you might have heard of.
Uh-huh.
And this one is similar to Candyland with the colors, so kids have to ID the colors, but also throws in some shapes.
Okay.
And it's a fun game that you can play with family or on a play date.
Okay.
And it does incorporate a couple of skills instead of just the color and following the rules of the game. So adding in the shape, I think, is really fun.
And is this Queen Bee? Is this something that there's other games around, or it's just this?
No, this particular company that makes games, they have a few games. Some of them, they mostly go with a theme, and they're similar types of activities like matching, or they have really fun ones that have sight words. So you roll the dice and you land on a word, and if you can read it, you get to keep that card, and whoever reads the most by the end is the winner. So it really
exciting.
When we're working with kids, or when we have a child at home and we want to do something with them that's not too structured and doesn't seem like therapy, these kinds of games are really fun.
Absolutely.
And they can be used with siblings. A great way to get kids to play together.
Yeah.
Without maybe one of the sibling feeling like they have to be the therapist the whole time. It's a fun game.
And so where can you buy that game?
These I've only seen online so far.
Okay.
Sometimes I have luck at Lakeshore.
Okay.
But not
Which is
always.
really an educational supply, because I think they're a chain, but that kind of a store where you can find games that are really focused on educational stuff.
Right. There are a lot of games that are not focused on that, and those are fun too. We all need to have that time. I read silly magazines sometimes, and you just need to have that, and I think some of the kids have apps like that that are just kind of...
Well, I've stopped reading silly magazines because now I just read silly Pinterest.
Oh, okay.
But it's the same thing.
It is the same thing, right.
But in any case, I love board games myself personally, and I know a lot of people love board games, and then it seems like you either love board games or you hate them.
Right.
But they're really super beneficial when working on autism, because as you said, you can work on it for a play date situation. It gives them something to do. Dr. Dorian Granpeche was saying yesterday that the whole thing with making friends, the key of starting is having some other thing. That we're not just expecting kids to just sit down and have conversation without some other thing. Board game, a great thing to have be the other thing. Takes time away from the video games, but there's all kinds of things that you work on when you're doing a board game, right?
Right. And you can do teams if you wanted to mix it up. And like we've talked before about spending time with your family and how sometimes it's taxing to find fun activities that everyone wants to do. So everyone might not want to, but the whole family could play this type of game or do something with teams. And it is something that can segue into a social opportunity as well. Yeah,
because there's all kinds of things within a board game. You know, they're understanding the rules, following the rules, taking turns, right? So there's that kind of thing. Waiting can be worked on during board games. But as you said, then there's the whole social aspect of, you know, how do you congratulate someone when they're doing well? How do you be a good loser when you're not?
Flexibility with winning and losing.
Absolutely. And then there are other skills maybe with the board game. So for this one, you're working on colors and shapes.
And shapes, right.
So lots of different things to be able to do. But this is a great example of an educational board game.